Hello and welcome to the project of cultural understanding, The World is Me. I'm Christina Bonda, a photographer and tradition collector, and today I wanted to talk to you about Easter. Easter is one of the biggest celebrations in Christian world, and traditions differ quite a lot. Today we are going to glimpse at how it's celebrated in Europe. Usually Easter, also called Pascha by Orthodox, is considered a Christian celebration when they remember death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, described in the New Testament. But that's not all. Some claim that the word Easter derives from Østre, a pagan goddess of spring and fertility. The other story tells that the word Easter comes from two old pagan spring festivals. The old European pagan festival of Ostara, that celebrated new life, and Arabian sun festival of Ishtar. The early Christians took over pagan festivals and gave them a new meaning, new life and forgiveness that Jesus gave the world by raising from the dead. Easter is the Christian celebration of the anniversary of the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. This happened on a day representing the first full moon of the spring on the Jewish calendar. Because of that, Easter Day is always the first Sunday of the first calculated full moon after March 21st. So Easter Day can be on any Sunday from March 22nd to April 25th, and it differs every year. As Orthodox churches using different calendar, Easter may fall on different day. So Easter in Christianity as in pagan times is celebrated in most joyful time, spring, when the nature is awakening. For the Christians, the full Easter period lasts for a long time. Easter officially starts with Lent on Ash Wednesday, 46 days before Easter Day. Lent lasts 40 days, but you don't count Sundays. Then, 39 days after Easter Day, Christians celebrate Ascension Day, when they remember Jesus going back into heaven and promising to come back to earth one day. When talking about Easter, one thing comes in mind first: an egg. But why has an egg become one of the symbols of Easter? It has much deeper roots than Christianity. One of the earliest ideas of egg-shaped cosmos comes from some of the Sanskrit scriptures. The Rig Veda uses a similar name for the source of the universe, Hiranyagarbha, which literally means golden fetus or golden womb. In Egyptian mythology, god Ra was contained within an egg laid upon a mound by a celestial bird. Chinese believed that the universe began as an egg. A god named Pangu, born inside an egg, broke it in two halves. The upper half became the sky, while the lower half became the earth. In the Finnish national epic Kalevala, there is a myth of the world being created from the fragments of an egg, laid by a duck on the knee of Ilmatar, goddess of the air. Dying Easter eggs may have a deeper religious connection as well. One tradition regarding Easter eggs is related to Mary Magdalene, the first person to see Jesus after the resurrection. She was holding a plain egg in the presence of an emperor and proclaiming the resurrection of Jesus Christ. The emperor said that Jesus rising from the dead was as likely as that egg turning red, and the egg turned bright red while he was still speaking. According to folklore, a pagan goddess of spring and fertility, Østre, found a bird dying from the cold and turned herself into a rabbit so her fur would keep it warm. Eggs are painted and decorated as a gift to Østre to show loyalty and love. One of Easter traditions is egg dyeing, and it's so much fun. There are so many ways to dye an egg, using food coloring, silk, crayons, and many others. But most traditional ways are using natural colorants like beets, onion skin, blue cabbage, and other. Egg decorating with wax is an old and probably most beautiful technique, but it requires some skill and patience. Different patterns are painted over warm, hard-boiled egg with melted beeswax using a pin. After, the egg is colored using food coloring. Wax is removed by heating up an egg, or can be left as it is. Simple but very nice technique using onion shells and a piece of cloth creates the marble effect on an egg. Onion shells are cut into pieces, put around the raw egg, and it's wrapped into a piece of cloth. After the eggs are boiled, they are left to cool. It's impossible to create two similar patterns, so that's why this method is so much fun. Good Friday is the day that Jesus Christ was crucified by Romans. There are parades all over the world to remember that day. In some countries, there is a procession before the service when church members carry a large wooden cross, statues and flags around the streets near the church. Some Catholic churches have a models of tomb in the centerpiece of the service to help people remember Jesus died. In most churches there are no flowers or decoration such as altar cloths in the church on Good Friday. Very often, the Passion of Jesus is played on the streets. There are no services in the churches on Holy Saturday. It is the day of silent waiting for Christ's resurrection, also the last day of Lent. In France, Baltics, Poland, and Orthodox countries, there is a tradition of blessing water and fire. It is believed that the holy fire brought home will protect family, home, and harvest. Another Easter tradition is the blessing of Easter basket. In some countries just bread, salt, and eggs, and in other countries all food, including sausages, cakes, and horseradish, which had the meaning of Jesus' passion. The Easter Sunday is the most important day of all Easter period. It memorizes the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Churches are filled with flowers on that day. These represent new life. Priests wear their best, brightest robes in celebration. In some churches, service starts in darkness. Then 12 candles are lit, and these are taken around the rest of the church, lighting all the other candles. When the candle is lit, priest says, "Christ is risen." It all begins with a tablecloth. Crocheted, hand-embroidered tablecloths are very popular in Baltics, Ukraine, and Poland. Usually white or yellow, made from linen or cotton, make a great decorations for Easter table. Colorful napkins are popular all over Europe. Tables are usually decorated with spring flowers, branches, green grass, nests or baskets full of dyed eggs. All kinds of palms are also put on the table, and of course, rabbit or lamb, symbols of rebirth and Jesus Christ's resurrection. In Germany, Easter trees are made from branches cut from willows or other flowering bushes, or small living trees that are already planted around the house. Easter dinner customs vary through the regions. However, the most traditional Easter dinner consists of either lamb or ham as the main dish. Sausage, either fresh or smoked, is symbolic of God's favor and generosity, and is always present on Polish, Slovenian, Lithuanian, and Ukrainian Easter tables. Bread is not less important Easter dish than the eggs. Its preparation varies from region to region. Sweet or salty, round, tall, bird-shaped. People eagerly keeping the tradition of bread making and passing it through the generations. Mazurek is the cake considered one of the primary desserts of Easter across Poland. A short crust pastry with a lot of dried fruits and nuts. Just delicious. Although considered uniquely Polish national Easter dessert, the recipe for Mazurek came to Poland most likely from the east, via the spiced trade route from Turkey in early 17th century. Pascha is another Easter dessert, popular in Orthodox countries and eastern Finland. It's a creamy-colored pudding made of sweetened homemade cheese, eggs, cream, and dry fruit and nuts, traditionally decorated with religious motifs. Hot cross buns, unique sweet buns with spices, dry fruit, and a cross on the top. In United Kingdom, they are a little treat during long Lent period, and especially on Good Friday. These buns originated at St. Albans Abbey in 1361, where the monks gave them to poor people. It was even believed that they have a magic power. Buns baked and served on Good Friday will not spoil or grow moldy during the year. They were even kept for medical purposes. It could help to recover. If taken on a sea voyage, hot cross buns are said to protect against shipwreck. If hung in a kitchen, they are said to protect against fires. Easter traditions in Poland and Lithuania cannot be imagined without baba or boba. It's yeast dough sweet cake with a lots of eggs, raisins, dry fruits, and frosting on top. For the old traditional Lithuanian recipe, 70 egg yolks was required. Add flour, sugar, yeast. We have to not knead it, but beat it for 1 hour. In Lithuania, there were deep traditions of making boba in a special ceramic pot, ordered in advance. The higher it was, the better. People believed that high boba meant good harvest and prosperity. And after it's baked, the pot was broken to take boba out, and shards were buried under the apple tree. On the night before Easter, children would go outside and leave their hats for the Easter bunny to bring them colorful eggs. Nowadays, Easter bunny brings children chocolate. Another fun part of the Easter is egg tapping. During medieval times, egg tapping was practiced in Europe. It was mentioned to have played an important part in 14th century in Zagreb Easter Festival. Egg tapping is also mentioned in early 15th century Polish folklore study. The rule of the game is simple. You tap your own hard-boiled decorated egg with other, intending to break it without breaking yours. As in any other game, it has been a subject of cheating. Eggs were filled with cement. Some even tried to use stones, marble, or wooden eggs. Egg rolling is a traditional game played with eggs at Easter. Different nations have different versions of the game, usually played with hard-boiled decorated eggs. In the United Kingdom, the tradition of rolling decorated eggs down the grassy hills goes back hundreds of years. In Germany, a prize is awarded to the contestant whose egg rolls fastest down a track made of sticks. In Denmark, decorated eggs are rolled down the slopes of grassland and forest. The contestant whose egg rolls down furthest is the winner. In Lithuania, player collects the eggs that are touched by the one rolled by him. In the Czech Republic, Slovakia and Baltics, men and boys spend Easter Monday terrorizing their female friends and relatives by chasing them around and whipping them. The playful swatting using willow sticks decorated with colorful ribbons dates back to pagan times and supposedly chases away illness and evil spirits to bless women with health and beauty for the coming year. In Lithuania, verba, made from dried flowers, or a branch of juniper is used for the whipping. In Hungary, the lucky ladies get buckets of water poured over their heads on Easter Monday. This is also carried out in Poland, where it's known as Dingus Day, and sometimes even perfume is used instead of water. Its origins may be linked to the old harvest ritual of watering Corn Mother, a doll made of corn which was symbolically doused in water as a rain charm. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time exploring Easter meanings and traditions. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for new episodes and visit our website, theworldis.me.